and welcome back to the program. You're watching Morning Thailand with Phi and Golf. Now talking about the fact that there has been a little bit of a talk that perhaps the 6 political parties should be dissolved. And this particular case took place obviously from what happened a little bit earlier involving the whole senators discussion and such. And this is coming from the Democrat Party themselves once again, along with 40 senator group joined hands to actually submit a letter to the court requesting that at least 6 political parties should be dissolved, and they're talking about the Pheu Thai Party, Chart Thai Patana Party, Chart Patana Party, Palang Chon Party, Mahachon Party, as well as Pracha Thipatai Mai Party. Now, this particular case has been ongoing for quite a bit, and it seems like yesterday when they submit the court, 4 of the senators went yesterday to sort a constitutional court ruling to disband all these 6 ruling political party, as well as suspend the House deliberation of the charter amendment on senatorial selection. And of course, the person that went in, including General Somjet Buntanom, went yesterday and then trying to voice their concern on this particular case, along with Kun Kamnoon Sitthisaman, Kun Surajit Chirawet, as well as Kun Somchai Sawangkan. Now, these are all big names, and they say that they would like to find a suspension of deliberation of a 3rd reading and propose the Senate that actually involving the senatorial selection law. And they also said that the court should actually disband 6 parties that pushed for this particular amendment and deprive the party's leaders and executive board of the political rights as well. Now, obviously, this is just a submission. Whether or not the Constitutional Court will accept this is another story. But one of them said that we want to know if changing the qualification of senators is regarded as changing the political and administrative structure, because this is what they claim, that if to change this is going to be against the law. Now, of course, at this point, the Democrat wanted to continue the system of appointed senators who would be selected from professionals groups such as doctors, lawyers, and non-governmental organizations instead of having all of them elected. And as I said, they already discussed this. This is going to be a 3rd round already approaching. So whether or not this is going to work, that we still have to see. And that's one of the Democrat Party's members that were actually making a case at the time. All right.
There's another case involving the cabinet minister as well, Kun Gov, the NACC. The National Anti-Corruption Commission has already looked into the case of Kun Vichet Kasem Thongsi, the Minister of the Natural Resources and Environment Minister, after the investigation found that the minister's wife has held shares of over 5% of a private companies, and that violate the bill concerning the management of the minister appointment. The investigation found that they had registered the 5% of shares under the name of the minister's wife, but it has not been disclosed within 30 days following the cabinet's appointment of the minister, and that violates the constitution. However, the NACC said that they have no right to deliberate on this, whether or not the minister should be stripped of his position or not. So they will send over the petition, the case to the Constitution
That's a high stake for
on.
him, isn't it?
Yes, of course. And also the Election Commission to consider or deliberate whether or not he should be stripped of his position.
I'm surprised that he actually, his wife did not transfer all her asset to other people already. Normally, that's how it's done. You're not supposed to have it, but let's face it. In the reality, obviously, if you have some kind of business before you actually get into politics, you would like to keep those businesses.
Yes.
But in terms of not, you can have it, but you have to declare it or something like that. You have to. There's a certain amounts that you're supposed to have, but I know that you're not supposed to have a ties with it. So I guess that's that's going to be ongoing investigation. They're going to come up with some kind of explanation, I'm pretty sure. Now, another interesting news just to wrap this particular session, talking about the 2.2 trillion baht loans.
Very special because the Prime Minister has already cancelled her
Exactly.
mobile cabinet.
That was supposed to go to Lopburi
Yes.
province, and this is going to be tomorrow. And they said it's going to be 2 days, so 19th and 20th, and that's why she canceled it. And that caused a lot of, a bit of a problem and commotion, because obviously when they do a mobile cabinet, there would be reporters and crews that following these particular cabinets. So they already booked the hotel in advance. And right now they all have to cancel it. So obviously Lopburi entrepreneurs not going to be very happy about this, but it has to be done because obviously 2.2 trillion baht is something of an important issue that Prime Minister should be there, and I'm glad that she will be there. Now they say that at this point the Prime Ministers believe that it's going to be about 2 days of this particular event. However, whether or not it's going to go smoothly and remain within 2 days, that's another thing to be concerned of. However, they say that if is not enough, then they will actually have to push the date of announcing the government's progress report on the 24th a little bit further out, because obviously this is one of it. However, at this point, the House of Representatives will deliberate, like I said, on the third and the second reading of the bill as well this Thursday and Friday, and obviously the Democrat Party is getting ready to scrutinize the government on this particular bill. So they say that after the fiscal 2014 budget bill ran into delays pending the Constitution Court ruling, the government pushed the 2 trillion baht loan bill as an urgent priority in the House to restore the investors' confidence as well as to stimulate the flagging economy. And at this point, some of critiques actually see a move as an effort to minimize the risk of the delay, which would threaten the bill's passage. Because don't forget, with this particular loan, we're supposed to get a lot of money working on a rail system and such as well, and trying to get the speed train going and water management scheme. So I'm not quite sure how long this is going to take. However, at this point, they say that the Prime Minister, Office Minister Kun Warathep Rattanakon, Deputy Chairman of the committee vetting the 2 trillion baht loan bill, also said that it was likely that the deliberation would drag on because obviously the bill faced no time restrictions whatsoever, as long as it's take, let's just say that. So who knows, we might have to wait and see whether or not the government will be able to announce their performance updates or the progress report on the 24th, or do we have to wait a little bit more? Because that's one of the things that concerning the Democrat Party as well, that we haven't seen the report or reporting on the progress, the performance and such that's supposed to come out just yet. So with that, we're going to take a short break.
Yes, of course.
Because Kun Chain have an interesting side of story involving the education system right here in Thailand. So please stay tuned.